Hello and welcome to my channel, Stitches with Love. My name is Elizabeth and this is where I share all about my knitting adventures on and off the needles. And today I have something off the needles and something that is almost off the needles, and I have a few things that have nothing to do with needles. So if you are interested in what I have to share today, grab a cup of something cozy and come along with me. All right, so since I'm holding it, we're going to start with the non-knitting related things first. Although this, I think, could sort of be knitting related because if you look very closely, it looks just like a cable knit sweater, and I love that. So this is one of my new secondhand treasures. I just picked this up last night along with the other things I'm going to share with you. And the appeal of this particular coffee cup is the pattern. It looks like a hand knit sweater pattern, cables. It's beautiful. It's a lovely color. It's just the right size. It's comfortable in my hands. It feels very cozy. The other thing I really love about this cup is it has a lid. So it's like a to-go cup, which is perfect because I am often on the go. And most mornings when I am taking my boys to school, I bring my coffee along with me. And so it's nice to have something with a lid that I don't have to worry as much about spilling. I've already had my coffee this morning. I had a lovely homemade peppermint mocha. It was delicious. Because we are now post-Christmas, all of the Christmas things are in the clearance bins at the stores. And so I picked up a package of the Starbucks peppermint mocha coffee. Not something I would normally do, but it was in the clearance, so it was marked down quite significantly to a price I was much more willing and able to pay. So I bought one bag to enjoy until it's gone. It is my favorite seasonal coffee drink, and now that I can make it at home, it's all the more delightful. Right now, though, I am drinking a tea. This is just an herbal tea sweetened with a little stevia, and it's still really hot to drink because I just made it. It's by this company, the Tao of Tea, and this particular flavor is called Bollywood. I actually got this from my boss quite some time ago, and I've been rationing it because I only had the one box, and I think this is finally the last tea bag. So I would like to get more because it is a tea that I really enjoy, and it's just delicious. It has, and it is all organic. I don't know if that matters to you. No caffeine, hand blended. Here in Portland, Oregon, actually. But it has hibiscus flowers, rose hips, rose petals, and organic ginger root. It is absolutely lovely. It's hard to describe what it tastes like. The closest thing I can describe it would be like a passion fruit hibiscus tea that you would get at Starbucks or somewhere. It's really good. Excellent iced or hot, sweetened or not. It's all fabulous. I've not been disappointed. I will definitely be buying this tea myself now that I've really been able to enjoy it. All right, so while the tea is cooling, let's get on to the other secondhand treasures I found. This cup I found. It is my favorite Disney movie. And I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of Disney or Disneyland or any of the things related to Disney, but I love Beauty and the Beast, the real original animated version from like decades ago. I think it actually came out before I was even born. I'll have to look into that because now I'm curious. But I couldn't pass this up. I brought this home because this is my favorite movie. She is my favorite Disney princess. Um, and I was so excited to find this. And it was only a couple of dollars for each of these cups. And so, for something I'm going to use every day, for something that's going to bring me a lot of happiness and a lot of joy, why not? Coffee cups are useful. So I got that. And then I found this, which doesn't seem very special, but it's a mason mug with a handle. And I have another one of these in the quart size. And my husband loves it. He loves to put his drinks in there and have a handle to hold on to. And so when I found this, I thought I'm going to buy this for Alex because he would really enjoy that when he's having his milk and cookies or a soda or whatever it is he's wanting to drink. But they're just kind of fun. So I got him that. And then I found this is another one of my favorite things. Maybe I should do a video on my favorite things just because it'd be kind of fun, not just knitting related, but because I find it fascinating to see what other people enjoy. And that might be kind of fun to do. So maybe later this week, maybe I'll do one. We'll see. Anyway, getting back to what we were doing. This is a Yankee candle, and it is practically brand new. Like, hardly burned at all. Brand new. This is Sweet Apple, which is actually, as candles go, Yankee Candle is my favorite brand. This is one of my favorite fragrances. But I would never, ever, ever buy these brand new and pay full price for them. I will do that for their small votives or maybe one of the very small jar candles, but never, ever for the full size am I going to pay full price because they're very expensive. And so when I found this, I snatched it up very quickly because it was only $5. Nobody is finding Yankee candles brand new for $5 in this size. So I thought that was a pretty good find. I burn candles quite frequently, especially this time of year in the winter seasons when it's just really cold and dreary and you just want a little cozy in your home. So that was another exciting thing to find. And then the last thing, just a minute, there's somebody at the door. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That was my oldest son. He's wanting to watch a documentary. He's really into those right now. It's kind of comical. My last non-knitting, but sort of related non-knitting item, and then I'll talk about the real knitting, is this sweater. Now, those of you who know me probably know that I do most of my shopping, especially for clothing, secondhand. I go to thrift stores, I go to Goodwill. If I buy something brand new, like clothing, for example, I am finding sales and I'm shopping the clearance racks. Not because I'm poor, not because I'm broke, but because at the end of the day, after all the bills have been paid and the mortgage has been paid and all of the things that go along with being a responsible adult, there just isn't a lot of extra left. And I would like to be able to save money when I can, which is why I spend a lot of time at the thrift stores and secondhand shops because, first of all, it's sustainable financially, especially for things like clothing that we wear every day. And it gets a lot of use, it gets a lot of wear, it gets a lot of washing. And so I don't believe in putting a huge amount of money into something and having it just wear out quickly. And so finding things at the thrift store saves us money, but it also is more sustainable because you're finding things that still have a lot of wear and a lot of life left in them. This is especially sustainable for my children because I have two boys. They're still very young. And when one of them is not having a growth spurt, the other one is, or they have them at the same time. And so, again, it just doesn't make sense to put a lot of money into something brand new that they're only going to be able to wear a short amount of time. So I can get them things that have a lot of life left. And when my oldest is done with it, the youngest can wear it. And when they grow out of them, they get passed along to the next person that can use them. Now, that being said, it's also a way that I have been able to find some really good, high quality items that I would not be able to afford on my own at the regular price, which is going to lead me into this sweater. So, this is a Lands' End sweater. I love their clothing. It's beautiful, it's well made, it's high quality, and it will last you forever and ever. Um, and so when I found this cardigan, I got really excited. I wanted specifically a open cardigan because I wear dresses exclusively, and not all of my sweaters work well to put over all of my dresses. And so when I'm at church or work or going out, it's nice to have something that looks good with a dress, which is why I wanted another cardigan sweater. I also wanted a color that would go with a lot of what I already own. And I found this. The pattern is beautiful. The craftsmanship is excellent. It has pockets, which is a huge plus. It goes with so many of the dresses I already have, and it was not a huge expense. This was, I just had the tag. Okay, this was $12.99, so we'll round up $13. I knew that if I waited for the blue tags to go on sale, it was not going to be there. This was a yellow tag week. But $13 compared to the full price, which is probably at this point closer to $100, I thought was really good for something that still has a ton of life left. It's a great weight. It's good for this time of year. I can still wear a coat over it if it's a really cold day out, but I feel like that was a really good investment for something like this. So I think that concludes all of my secondhand finds for this week. I did buy a few more shirts for my children. Like I said, they just both went through a growth spurt, and so I'm having to go through what I have in the bins I set aside and figure out what we still need. And then I bought my husband a new shirt as well. So it's been a good, successful secondhand shopping week, looking for things that we need and being able to find them. That's always a really exciting thing. Mm. All right, the tea has cooled down enough that I can drink it without scalding myself. Mm. It really is quite lovely. All right, on to the knitting. I have one thing to show you that I finished this week, and then a couple of things that are in progress. So Felix, my youngest, loves mittens. They both do. Felix specifically, however, asked for blue sparkly mittens, and I talked about this in my last video, I think. So I did actually make them. They're a little bit snug, but they really are a perfect fit for him. I still need to make the string to attach them so that he can wear them with his coat and then not lose them anywhere. They are made out of, it's all washable wool. So the dark blue is a worsted weight Lion brand wool ease. And then the sparkly blue is made out of West Yorkshire Spinners fingering weight, the sock yarn. He has also requested a matching hat and scarf and socks and sweater, and that's not going to happen. But I'm pretty confident I have enough. I can at least make him a matching hat to go with it. And so that is what I'm going to do. I do have it already started, but it's been a very busy week. And so I haven't had a lot of knitting time, unfortunately. So those are done. He loves them. And then I think also in my previous video, I talked a little bit about making a teapot cozy because I can and because I think it would be really fun. So I did also go ahead and start that. I don't know. I'm pretty confident I'm going to have enough yarn to do this because I'm making the medium size, which I think is for like a 4 to 6 cup teacup, 4 to 6 cup teapot. But I'm also going down a needle size. I'm using size 7s instead of the size 8s that it calls for. And I think it's going to be just fine. It will actually bunch up a little bit just because of the way the pattern is. So this pattern, you make 2 sides exactly the same, then you seam them up, and you have a teapot cozy. So this is as far as I have gotten. Very easy to do. Very enjoyable, kind of relaxing actually to just sit there and do this. So I've been working on that. I haven't done anything with it for the last several nights because I've been exhausted by the time I get home. There has been knitting this week, but not a huge amount. It's been a really busy week, and so I'm trying to just stay afloat and get all of the really important daily tasks done. Work has been busy, and so I knit when I can. Which brings me to the last thing I'm going to talk about. A lot of my projects have just been kind of getting neglected lately because I haven't had a lot of time to work on them. And I decided that the projects I am going to be working on, I would rather just focus on finishing what's on the needles before I start new. I should say before I start a lot of new projects, because I did just make mittens, I started a hat, and now I'm making a sweater for my teapot, but we don't need to worry about that. So these socks are finally to the toes. I don't know how well you can see them in the video. There we go. I guess you can sort of see on screen the shaping right there and right over here. So I am finally shaping the toes for these socks that I have been working on off and on for the last many months. I think I started these, I don't even know when I started them. I think I started them back in the summertime sometime, but they're almost done. I'm really going to try and get these done today because I would love to have them washed and blocked so that I can take them in this week to work and give them to the person that I'm making them for. And it would just be really nice to be able to start my week with a finished project. I think that would be lovely. I'm going to finish it here. I don't know what the rest of the day looks like. Today is Michael's first Boy Scout meeting, and I'm super, super excited. He's been wanting to do Scouts for quite a while, and I am in a place now where I can do that for him. So the meeting is in just a few hours. So we're going to have a quiet afternoon, get a couple of things done, and then we'll go do that together. I'm really excited. So I'll keep you posted on how that goes. I really don't have anything else to share. Until the next time, happy knitting, many blessings. And if you like this video and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. You can find me on YouTube, all one word, at Stitches with Love. My name is Elizabeth Danicki, and I would love to hear from you in the comments if you have questions or you're curious about anything that I talk about, or you just want to share your own knitting adventures. I would love to hear it all. Until next time, happy Sunday, happy knitting.